There's no difference between FL Studio on a Mac and FL Studio on a PC. Mac being the death of FL Studio? Bro, come on, man. Southside fire. But if you're gonna go into music production, then you need to know at least a little bit about computers. Alright. Here we go. We're recording. Let's test these widgets. Cool. Yeah, you know the vibes. Alright, we got the widgets good. Let's test the chats. Nice. Let's get this window capture on. We're streaming. How's it going, everyone? My name is Jaden, but you could call me Olas. And I just tested all the widgets. Hello everyone, hello YouTube, Twitch. Today we got a fire stream for you. That being said, because this is the first stream, I left my mic, all my mics in Boston. So I'm home right now, and you're gonna have to deal with my loud ass fan. And my loud ass fan is loud ass. It's loud as hell, bro. So you see the title of this. We're gonna get right into it. And low pressure stream, man. Let's have some fun. I wanna have some fun. Alright. My homie sent me this video, and I wanna react to this shit real quick. Sent me this video right here. This video. You've probably seen it if you follow Producer Grind or any of those other like producer IG pages. I'm gonna go on mute one sec and play it.
I use Windows. I use gaming computers. Fruity Loops. When I started with Fruity Loops, it wasn't on Macs. Okay. Like that, we call that Mac shit. Like the death of Fruity Loops does. Like, cause it ain't the same sound. It don't sound the same. Like the drums thinner. Like it's just different. Like I still use Fruity Loops 11 and 10. Like it looked totally different and all that. But they don't have that for a Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a different sound than what everybody else doing. That's why our shit hit harder than everybody else.
Talk heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Well, just newsflash, it probably won't be hitting harder after they see this video.
They're like, oh,
Download, get rid of these Macs.
Now.
I use Windows. I use gaming computers. Fruity Loops. When I started with Fruity Loops, it wasn't on Macs. Okay. Like that, we call that Mac shit. Like the death of Fruity Loops does. Like, cause it ain't the same sound. It don't sound the same. Like
My fan is so loud. Again, I am so sorry. So sorry for that. But Southside isn't wrong about FL 11 and 10 not being for Mac, because I don't think that's ever been available on Mac. That being said, Mac and PC, same sound drivers, it's doing the same thing. There is no difference. There's no difference between FL Studio on a Mac and FL Studio on a PC. You could also test it too. You could also test it. Like, I forgot which producer I think someone did a null test and they tested its audio. Oh, Belota producer. He's not dedicated to FL, but I disagree. You can do a null test and they both sound the same. Yeah, Mac and PC, same game. That being said, there are huge differences between, not huge differences, but there is definitely a big difference between FL 11 and 10 and then FL 20. Southside uses FL 11 and 10, he said. Yeah. I'm going to check the FL ImageLine website real quick. Yeah. There was a bug issue adding a 3 dB boost. I don't know if it's triangular or circular panning mode in FL, but in that mode, and when you use FL 10 and 11, it automatically adds 3 dB boost. So on top of the basic limiter project preset, you're also going to have freaking another 3 dB of gain in circular panning mode, which means you're in FL 11, you already have 8 dB of gain input. So it's just louder. You know, it's louder. It's louder DAW. FL Studio doesn't. FL 20 doesn't have that boost in circular panning mode, and it doesn't boost 5.5 dB in the limiter. And ImageLine debunked this too. You know, Image Line debunked this.
The drums thinner, like.
And like, you know, that being said, Southside the GOAT, Southside fire. But if you're gonna go into music production, in audio music production, especially like modern music production, you need to know at least a little bit about computers. You can't go into music production not knowing about computers. At least a little bit. You need to know how your drivers work. You need to know how your ins and outs work. You need to know how the DAW you're using works. That being said, FL 11 and 20 sound very different simply because of that bug and what the limiter does to the master in FL 11. But Mac and PC, Mac being the death of FL Studio, bro, come on, man. No, definitely not. Definitely not. They're doing the same thing, you know? At least the basics of computers, you know? Like, I was a little ignorant in that aspect. I thought I could, you know, just get a DAW, start making music. But no, like, if you have a digital audio workstation, it's called the digital audio workstation for a reason. And that reason being, you're on a computer, so you gotta know how your computer works. There was one time I deleted half of my partition. I split my Mac into the PC and Mac side. My dumbass accidentally deletes the PC side, takes everything with it. I lost all my projects. I lost an album, lost the whole album. Like, what the hell? You know, and I'm not saying
Windows,
like my boy Southside doesn't know it. I'm not saying Southside's like doesn't know anything about computers. Like, at the end of the day, like, fucking platinum producer, man. But that being said, don't be shitting on Mac FL game, man. Don't be shitting on, like, FL Studio already gets shit on enough. Like, once the FL Studio 21 update came out, right? Once the FL Studio 21 update came out, Ableton producers, Logic producers, Reaper, Studio One, saying, oh, like, Logic could do that. Ableton had this forever, you know? Pro Tools is better. FL keeps getting shit on. Point being, be grateful. Be grateful, because we're going to look into this beta right now. I'm going to open FL Studio 21. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to dive in. We're going to see what's going down. Because FL Studio 1 just looks fire. And I got the beta, so some plugins are actually, it's really funny. Some Waves plugins are freaking upside down. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to change my screen. Let's get my FL Studio capture up. Bang, bang, bang. Cool. You know, it's beautiful. Like, the fact that you could, like, freaking lower your audio track from here, and this is like really good for people who like mix. Sorry, I know that pressing my keyboard makes a noise, but our crossfades, so good now. And then, you know, obviously the search bar now here, down here, search bar is so good too. Like, hats, like all the folders with all your hats, man. And I know, like, I use Ableton too. So, like, I use Ableton a little bit too. I made my this next album that I got coming out, I made that in Ableton, you know, so it's like, you use anything. But that being said, you know, FL 21 has come a long freaking way, and you need to give credit to Image Line. Like, it's efficient, it makes more sense, you know. Just good, man. Alright, new crossfades. They're just adding updates that just make more sense, you know, and they're slowly piecing everything together, you know, and I freaking love that. So W for FL. Big win for yeah. I want to open up each stream with a little rant, or a little, like, almost like a podcast base. Like, started out with, like, you know, some chats, you know, some talking, some vibing, you know, and then we'll get into to some fun shit. All right, now I'm gonna make a beat.